Hey guys, episode 12 Shop Talk podcast, and we have a big special guest this weekend, or it's a week now, but our first Snocross racer this year, and it's going to be Jacob Yurk.
Yeah.
Big guest, big deal.
Yep. One of the only Artie Cats.
One of two Artie Cats out there.
Yep.
Him and Daniel Benham.
Yep. Looking sharp this weekend.
Yeah. Yep. For sure.
They had their first race this past weekend.
Yeah. Ironwood, Michigan.
Yep.
Round 1.
Yeah. Everybody has been out on the course. Oval guys, Snocross guys, and us ice guys are just waiting.
I mean, we've been on the sleds though.
Yeah.
We've been on the sleds. That's for sure.
Getting seat time.
Yeah.
So.
It rained the whole weekend in Ironwood. It looked like. At least all day on Friday.
Yeah.
So
that's something we can get into here.
yeah, because that's what I wanted to ask him on how the track shaped up, because
it was
at
a
the
mudder.
End, it was mud and it was snort.
Yeah, just straight brown snow the whole track.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll give Jacob a call here, and I feel awkward in this in between where we intro and we call somebody. Like, I don't know if it should be a short intro or right into a call.
It's got to be a little intro.
Yeah.
There's got to be a little banter back
That's
and
our
forth.
time. That's our special time.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll give Jacob a call here, talk about this week's Snocross race, and then we also have 5 minutes with Fox lined up.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. That'll be a sweet little segment. We're going to start something new.
Yep. So Vince said he'll try to get 6 to 9 twisted tees in before we call him.
Sweet. Your screensaver is a picture of yourself riding your bike. That's pretty selfish. You're really into yourself.
I don't have a child yet like you. So.
No. Yeah. Well, I got Brian Dyrdahl's sled on mine.
Okay.
I have a comic book character.
Okay, Jacob Yurk, Kyllo Racing.
Oh, that's me. Good now.
Hello.
Hey, Jacob, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. We got all of us now here in the Shop Talk podcast garage.
Awesome. I can't wait.
Yeah, so it was first Snocross race of the year for you guys of Amsoil Snocross, and it was Ironwood, Michigan, and you're from Michigan. So how far away is that from you? Is this like one of your hometown races?
No, it's actually funny. This is like one of the further ones, really. It was 9 hours from my house, actually.
Oh,
yeah.
my God.
Yeah. Well, it's basically Wisconsin, right? So yeah, it's quite a hike.
Yeah. So I suppose, do you go down through Chicago then, or up through the Mackinac Bridge?
Yeah, we go through the UP.
Oh,
yep,
okay.
across the bridge. And yeah, I love the UP. So it's a great drive. It's beautiful, but yeah, it takes a while. So it's almost like going to Duluth.
So yeah, the weather didn't really cooperate for you guys this weekend though.
No, I loved it though, to be honest. I honestly loved it.
Really?
Yeah, it was awesome.
The raining and the wet snow, or what about it?
Yeah, the rain, the mud, the wet snow, it was a lot of fun. Just like I don't know. I'm pretty grateful just to be at the races. Like, I didn't get to race last year, so I felt like I missed a fun race at Dubuque last year, even though it was super muddy. It looked like fun, so I was like, yeah, this is going to be awesome. Like, I get to ride in some mud, we get some rain. I mean, it's like they make umbrellas, so like, and the roost is so bad that it's basically just a basically more roost, right? So it really wasn't much for, as far as another variable, like the rain was honestly nothing, because you just cover up with an umbrella until you take off, and then you're good. So, especially if you don't get the whole shot, then you really don't notice the rain.
Yeah. That, Kyle, that reminds me of like a Nadawash race of 40 degrees and the lake is covered with water.
Yeah, it
where
gets
it's like
wet.
you're just gonna get drenched.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, let the fun suffering begin.
But it doesn't freeze on you like last year at Pine Lake. We had it open water and stuff, and we were getting pelted with water, and then it would freeze. So like it was stiff.
Yeah.
After the first lap, I was like, God.
That would be annoying. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was kind of fun. Like there were so many people that were like down about it. And once I realized how many people had a negative attitude, I was like, "Oh, I'm definitely going to be happy about it. Like, this is great."
That reminds me, like Aaron Plessinger has said that about like mud riding. He's like, you want to have fun in the mud. Like,
Otherwise, you're just going to be miserable all weekend.
Yeah.
So.
Right. And like, why would I want to be miserable?
Yeah.
Like I would so much rather enjoy my time. So I might as well, enjoy the rain and the mud, and like, dude, our words mean more than our thoughts do. Like what we say, it usually comes to fruition. So it's like, I'm not going to just go out and talk about how bad it is. Like I'm going to go and say I love it. It's going to be great. That's
a
really
good attitude to have towards like the whole sport in general. Like, like any kind of people going out and doing any kind of racing, they should have that head on their shoulders, like, because it's all about the sport is really what it is.
Yeah.
You want to go out and have fun. So
you do. Yeah. And if you're not going to go have fun, then why are you there? Right. And you might as well pack up and go home.
So you get there on Friday then, Jacob, and you see the track. What's your feelings and thoughts on the track, being it was a lot of right-handed corners, and you guys have not really done a whole lot of right-handed tracks recently in years past?
Yeah, that was the one variable that I was like, oh, how's this going to go? Because I haven't done right-handers really yet this year. They turned it around, we turned it around for, a couple short models at Shearings, but, that's like all whoops. So it's actually easier to turn when you're hitting whoops, it gives you a turning point to like reset your sled and turn. But when you just have like a flat corner or something where you're trying to turn right, then you got to figure out how to actually corner. And I didn't figure out, like, I was really uncomfortable. And then finally, like the main event Saturday, I started cornering with like my index and middle finger like hooked around, and it was way faster. I was like, oh, I should have done this yesterday.
The hook maneuver.
But that's the only way to do it for me. I can't. My hands in my gut otherwise, and I'm really like fidgety on the throttle, and it was the right-handers were tough, but I was pretty stoked on the track. I know the groomer guy really well, Kevin Nathy, and I hopped in with him, and I was hanging out with him on Thursday, and I was like, dude, this is awesome. And I don't know if he probably wasn't my input, but after the finish line, I was like, dude, what if you just had a straightaway and then just let it get rough? And that's what he did. He just never groomed it. And I was like, oh, I did ask for this.
No, I liked the track. It was fun for the spectator to watch. I thought, instead of like just a full oval, like a Deadwood track or something. So like I liked seeing the right-handed corners thrown in there. And then I also like to see how deep they let the jumps get.
Yeah, that's what I noticed. Like, it looked pretty gnarly, and like the Dominator, that looked really rough.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the final on Saturday was like insane. How deep those things got, and they all got square edge. So like doubling was actually it was more dangerous than skipping. Yeah. It was weird.
And then it looked like down in a few of were you down to the dirt in the bottom of the whoops at all, or just in the corners? It looked like there was one or two dirt spots showing.
Yeah, there might have been a little bit of dirt in like the last whoop. It was so deep. But then there was tons of dirt in the corners. Yeah. And just puddles. So it was pretty cool though. I mean, the track was awesome. The layout was very cool. I like the boot layouts when they do that. And yeah, I think the right-hander just threw a nice curveball at everybody, and there were guys that were more prepared than others, but it was all in all a pretty solid track.
No, heck yeah.
Yeah, looked fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It looked
It was a blast.
Yeah, when they're skipping over the top of the whoops, I was like, God, I just fucking bars to the chest the whole time.
Oh yeah. So in the Dominator qualifying, which was like the sketchiest thing I've ever done, because you just have to go like completely blind, can't walk the track, sprint 4 laps and try to set a fast time. I went to double into that downhill and it was all G'd out and my ski shocks were way too soft. And I just completely bottomed them out, smoked my face, and I don't know how I didn't crash, but yeah, it was that was not a fun downhill on Friday night.
So you brought up not being able to walk the track, Jacob. So that was there was a lot of kind of Facebook drama going on about that earlier a few month or so ago of the ISR making this rule to where you can't really go walk the track or you can't even step foot on the track. Was that as much of a issue once the race weekend came around? Was it still being talked about, or did people kind of forget about it, or was it still like, what the heck?
You know, we touched on it a little bit at the first drivers meeting, and I actually asked a couple questions about it because I'm like, all right, well, if, I'm not going to name any names, but if somebody is out there, let's say on the other side of the track, and then they run across before their race and they're not penalized, I'm going to be mad because I'm standing there by the starting line and they're looking at the track out there and crossing it. And so I'm good with it as long as they enforce it. Like, and that's kind of what they said. Like, no, they're like, no, you're getting DQ'd if you're out there. They said, you can walk it at the beginning of the day, which nobody does because it's like 7:30 a.m. and then they said lunch break. So we did do that because there's like a 30-minute break, and then before opening ceremonies, so you get there's like a solid 30 minutes there. The track is completely groomed, so it's almost pointless. But those are the 3 times you can walk it, and then if you're on the track outside of those time frames, you're penalized. So, if they stick to their guns, I'm all right with it.
Yeah. Huh. That's a crazy rule. Cause that was Tucker Herbert's thing. Like when the pro late race was done, he was out on the track, like looking it over before the pro started. So like, that's
right.
I like getting an eye on the track before you go out.
Yeah.
That's for almost,
I totally agree with you. I do. It makes you feel better, like before your race, cause you get that in your head. You kind of get a few lines figured out in your head. But I will say this, and the variable that it throws in, and I think it's a great thing, is that it forces people to think fast, and it weeds out a lot of people because you don't get 20 minutes to look at the track. Mm-hmm. So let's say you're really good at looking for lines on your sight lap, then that's going to pay dividends for you on those first 3 laps of the main event when there's dudes that really, they took 10 minutes on their sight lap, but they still didn't look for the right lines, right?
Sure.
So I'm kind of excited because I actually found that Saturday night. Like there was a bunch of lines out there, and you had to pick up on them while you were driving around the track, or you were going to have to try to find them with roost in your face.
Well, they throw that at us a few times, Kyle. Like if we chew through the ice in a corner. And they're like, yeah, we had to move that one corner over in that bay, so it's on the inside. It's like, okay, I wonder how far inside.
Yeah.
Right.
And a lot of the times, like they'll just move the stakes in. Well, there's still a big berm there, so you got to jump the berm.
Oh,
long sweeping corner, and we're on ice sleds, so they're really tight. There's no, you don't want to launch one. So,
right.
Yeah. So
you got to think fast in those scenarios.
Yeah, and if there's guys on your tail, you really want to be, really pay attention to the stakes. I've done that a few times at Nadawash, just blow right past the stakes. It's like, dang it.
Yeah. I mean, it's got to be hard to walk a track like a cross country race, though, or even an ice race, right? I mean, that's pretty difficult because it's so big, right?
Well, they're usually pretty good at giving us a parade lap at the beginning of the day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll get a one parade lap in the morning, and then I always kind of jump on one of my other sleds, and I'll go just drive the outside perimeter of the track, kind of like during the middle of the day.
Yep.
just to kind of see how lines are forming or if corners are really getting deep or whatnot. But but like for the guys that do the cross country ditch running, like there's no sight laps at all. It's just I wonder.
Yeah, you're just think fast.
Yeah.
The I-500 is so hard because they switch up the loop both days, you know. Yeah. And at the beginning of the day, it'll be pretty good, you know, like nice, smooth. Like if you're running up towards the front of the pack or whatever with the pros and the semi-pro guys, it's usually a pretty smooth course. But then after 100 machines go over at one time on your second loop, it's pretty well cased out. All the approaches are really sketchy. Like it's tough to say, like you can't see what's on the other side of the approach. So it's like cased out so far, and you want to maintain your sled is like the biggest thing. So yeah, like launching these approaches.
Well, I gotta believe. Well, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you out there. What were you saying?
No, it's all right. It was just launching these approaches into a super cased out spot where it's down to just frozen dirt is like pretty gnarly, like fully collapsed suspension. Bad. Well,
I was just going to say that, like, your suspension is pretty soft in cross country, so when a track gets super rough, it's got to be really sketchy because you're probably bottoming quite a bit.
Yeah, big time. So you want to have tunnel protectors, like.
Yeah.
So so to start with the Dominator, Jacob, did you watch Nick Lorenz shoot his sled into orbit?
Yeah. Okay. So it's kind of funny. We're all standing there. Like this is before the Dominator starts, before the race takes off, and we're all looking at that thing and we're like, there is no way they're expecting us to try this. And I walked over to Hunter Patton and I go, hey, listen, we should make a deal. I said, let's make a deal that neither one of us tries that jump. All right. And in the back of my head, I'm like, well, maybe if it's like really smooth, maybe I'll try. But no, I was like, let's just try and, you know, come to terms with that before we go out for this race, because I do not want to hit that. And you know, sure enough, Nick Lorenz first lap takes the outside, and we heard him telling us to it. I'm like, there's no way he's doing this thing. And I'm glad that he cased it like he did, because if he would have been 2 feet further, that would have been a bad day. Yeah. That would have been a bad first day with the new team. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, no.
So he was fortunate.
Did you see it, Kyle?
No.
No. He went from, it was the finish line jump, a tabletop, and then like, what would you say, like Jacob, like 20, 30 feet farther, they had just a single?
It was probably 40 or 50 feet farther.
Holy shit.
It was like, it looked relatively doable. And then when he sent it, it was like, wow, I can't believe, I was actually surprised that it came up so short. Cause even Adam Peterson was like, yeah, like, well, I mean, worst comes to worst, just like hold her taped and land on the flat, you know, like over jump it. And we weren't expecting him to go, you know, 2-3 feet short. That was crazy. But dude, the craziest part was how well his sled took it.
Yeah. Yep.
Like I couldn't believe it.
Like I would have broken both ankles, both wrists. Like it was
his sled popped up like a bunny rabbit.
It was peaked up too. It was not a forgiving landing.
Oh no.
Like
no. I was so surprised that like he didn't even get squirrely. It was like it was unfazed. And that's just like a testament to that. That sled was like, it was obviously set up to take a big hit. I mean, I was surprised.
Oh, props to you guys even thinking about doing it.
Well, I don't know if you guys watched the Dominator last year in Fargo, but they wanted us to send this jump. At least they claim they didn't want us to, but they built up this lip that was like 60 feet tall. And we're like, and then a rhythm section below it. And it was totally doable to jump down into it. And we're all standing at the top of this mountain. And we're like, are we really going to jump that? Like, I don't want to do that. And thankfully nobody did. But I mean,
was that the one that Emil Haar tried jumping when?
That wasn't that jump. No, but it was the same track.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Because we talked to Robbie, we're like, dude, that is super sketchy. And then they knocked it down, you know. And then Haar found another way to. He found another jump that nobody really even thought about.
Yeah. Oh my god. So, that's
pretty cool.
That's crazy what you guys are trying to do with these snowcross sleds of just pretty much driving straight off like a 3-story building.
Yeah.
Like just.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's gnarly, and they have to be set up pretty stiff to be able to handle it. Yeah, when I describe, like, let's say I go to the doctor or something and they're asking me what I do for a living, I'm like, well, just imagine, just jumping off of like a roof, 10 feet off the ground, and then doing that like for 10 minutes straight, not stopping.
Yeah.
Like all these levels of roofs that you just keep jumping down for 10 minutes. Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh, Brody, you would not.
Gnarly.
No, I wouldn't do it. I've jumped off of one roof just once in my life, and that was good enough. Yeah, I'm done. I don't need to jump anymore.
No approaches.
No approaches. Nope.
And you probably tucked and rolled when you jumped off the roof.
Yes,
too.
I did.
You
Yeah.
can't do that.
Full Mission Impossible style. Yeah. Tuck and roll into the snow. Yeah.
Yeah, you jumped off a roof. I remember that.
Yeah. You were there at that party.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. That was.
At that party.
Yeah. It was a party. Yeah.
Oh, you guys.
You should have been there, Gunner. It was a blast.
No,
It was a good party. Yeah.
So Jacob, what's the racers' feelings on the Dominator? Like, I feel like some people would like it and some people really wouldn't care for it because it almost like encourages the people that aren't afraid to just send it for 2 laps and make contact with people and just go all out no matter what.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's definitely. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
Oh, so like I was just wondering your opinion on it of just is it worth it or is it kind of just like I'll just save it for tomorrow's race when the points and stuff actually matter?
For me, it's a great shakedown. Shakedown of the sled. It's the Arctic Cat. We haven't had. Well, obviously, I didn't race a whole year, so we were a little bit not worried, but we were just kind of on edge about how the suspension setup was going to be on the ski hill. So I'm like, well, this Dominator is going to be perfect because it's good testing. But and we did learn a lot Friday night about setup, so it was very beneficial. I think that's probably the best thing for me about the Dominator is I can go and shake down the sled and make sure everything's working good. And then when it comes to the races, like when I get off the track and like I get beat in a head-to-head race, like I'm not mad because it was only 2 laps, and I'm like, oh, give this guy 10 minutes, like I'll wear him down, right? And so it's just a whole different ball game. I'm not really a sprinter, I would say. I do have sprint speed, but like I don't pride myself in being like the Dominator guy, So I'm totally good with whatever happens that night. I know there's dudes that are like they look forward to the Dominator, and would I like to let it hang out and battle with those guys in the Dominator? Yeah, I would, but at the same time, it's probably more of a mental thing. Like I just don't care enough, right?
Mm-hmm.
$10,000. It's a lot of money, but it's not that much money, right? I mean, if it were $50,000, like I'd be hanging it out, right? but it's $10,000, and I'm like, yeah, it's not worth me, wrecking myself or starting some stupid team beef on the first day of the season.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure it could be a little like track dependent too. If it was a track where you could actually like make some good lines and make some actual like clean passes and whatnot, then it would be a little bit different. But it seemed like it was a little tough to pass kind of once a person got ahead and got like a couple sled length gap, then it was kind of tough to make that time up and pass.
It was, and there's a lot of variables. Like, I mean, they probably could have left the track rough.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was Dominator practice. I think Dominator practice. Yeah, Dominator practice, the track was ridiculously rough. And I think it would have been a great Dominator if they would have left it rough, because then you got lines that are starting to form. Well, we had a smooth track. So, those first few races, like, there is a faster line, and you're just stuck in that predicament. If you're in spot 2, you're stuck in the predicament of, all right, well, I could try to take this line just because it's a 2-lap race and I better try it, but I'm probably going to lose 3 stud lengths, and then I won't be close enough to, potentially make a dirty pass if I have to, right? So it's like, it hurt the racing that it was so smooth. I wish they would have left it rough.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you guys are the top pros. Leave it rough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And plus our practice was rough. So we were kind of like, our practice, we're like, oh, we need to go way stiffer. But then we're like, well, wait, it's going to be a butter smooth track. We really don't need to go stiffer, and if they would have had like Saturday night's final track for the Dominator, I think we would have seen some crazy racing.
Sure.
Because, for guys not to be able to cleanly double down the downhill, that would have been insane to watch.
Yeah.
2 laps. Probably would have been a lot of crashing, which maybe might not have been the greatest thing, but it would have been fun to watch. It was still fun to watch. I think you guys probably enjoyed the final races at least, right?
Yep. Yep. Yeah. That I can't remember his name right now. The guy who won it was
Gustav.
Gustav.
Yep. Yeah. He had a gnarly line in the final where he doubled through one of the right-handed corners right on the top of the hill. And to see that, it was like, that was full commitment there to try to double through there and miss that hole in the bottom.
Yeah. It's like watching Eli Tomac on a sled.
He was ripping on Friday night. Gustav was ripping.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a fast rider, and I enjoyed watching those last couple races too.
Yeah. Yep. No, those guys weren't. It would have been interesting to see Ishol in there. Ishol had a crash at the top of the hill during his round, so then he was knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
To see him in there in the finale would have been pretty good too.
It would have. Yeah, I agree.
So then going into Saturday, Jacob, you kind of had just some tough races in the heat races, like just kind of some bad starts almost. Like just was your sled just kind of slow off the line of clutching, or just kind of not hitting the light just perfect? Or it seems like sorry,
what's that?
I was just going to say that. I was just going to say it seems so touchy on snowcross sleds for like hole shots. Like sometimes some guys' sleds are hole shot machines for that whole day, and then they'll come back to like the next weekend and same sled, same setup, and they can't get a hole shot at all.
They are touchy. I mean, it depends on the snow conditions and whatnot. I know, I think our sleds are a little better in cold weather, but my sled was actually really fast this weekend, and I think we could have got some good starts. Unfortunately, I think my picks were 8 and 6, and the start was pretty biased. It wasn't favorable to the outside because, first of all, so they left that straightaway rough. So even if the guys on the inside wanted to stop for that corner, it was going to be tough for them. Like they were going to run wide because their track was barely on the ground coming into that corner because they were hitting bumps. So like I saw, it proved true all day. I mean, everybody from the inside middle pushed way wide because they're racing into the first corner. And so if you were with them, you were going to get pushed off or, into some kind of mess. And then if you had a half a ski on them and you didn't come over soon enough, you were probably still in the same predicament because you were still going to push. So we were 8-6 for our picks. And, the first one, man, somebody crept next to me and I like kind of jumped and then I just let everybody go. And so I started in last. So that was like kind of my fault. But I was 8th pick anyway. So I really wasn't confident that I was going to get around that first corner, even if I got a decent jump, without getting in some kind of predicament. So, we were basically in last and I was actually in 5th, I think 5th or 6th. And then my sled, took on a bunch of roost and it cut out, dropped the cylinder. So I dropped to last and then I caught up to second to last and the race ended. So I was like, oh, that's a bummer. But, and then the second one, I actually swept, just like straight up swept. I was in an okay spot in spot 6, like middle outside. And, I just slept. So that was kind of just that race was on me. This place wasn't my best.
Yeah. But then you got a really good start in the LCQ though. You led the LCQ pretty much wire to wire with that whole shot.
Yeah, well, I was second pick, so it was nice having a good gate pick. I was like, oh, this is great. I wish I would have had this before, but randomized picks, it is what it is. You get what you get. But I did hit the light like a maniac in the LCQ, so it went really good.
Yeah, I like how they do that. The winner of the LCQ gets the last pick of the front row, so it gives you like an incentive of a finishing order.
Yeah.
So.
Dude, that was huge because I was sitting on the line in the LCQ and I was like thinking in my head, all right, what's the benefit to winning this? I mean, I just need to get in the names. And the mechanic's like, well, last pick, or first place gets first pick on the front row. And I'm like, oh, right. So I'm going to have at least 3 seconds of not being roosted. And honestly, dude, and I'm like, that might make all the difference. Like, well, we should probably go try to win this thing. And so then I was like, all right, well, we'll give her we'll try to, because I mean, if you don't have it in your head that you want to do good, if you're just going for top 5, well, then your chances are pretty low, right? Mm-hmm. You lower that bar. So I was like, no, we should go and put in like a good run here and really go for the win. And it's only 3 laps, so it's not like it really took any energy. So yeah, it was good. It was a really good race.
No, yeah, that was exciting to see. Does that boost your confidence at all? Just getting that win and just being like, oh, okay, that was a good little race.
No. When I read out the track after the LCQ, I just think to myself like, all right, yeah, that's probably what you should do. Like you're probably right where you should be there. Like if you can win the LCQ, that's at least mitigating the damage. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't particularly like them, and a win doesn't mean much in there. It's just more so just helps me out for the main and get ready for that grind.
Yeah. No, that was a silly question. I thought back to
your LCQ,
the LCQ at Eagle River, where it's like people are just stoked that I won it. It's like, well, it didn't have any fun being in it.
Yeah.
But then.
Yeah.
But no, so yeah, I should have reframed that of just putting in some solid, clean laps and being like, oh, okay, yeah, that felt better. I'm more confident for the main.
Yeah, and like for some people, like an LCQ win, if they're at that point in their career, then that might be huge. I mean, and it has been huge for me before. Not particularly in the pro class, but like when I was younger. I mean, there was a lot of fast guys in the LCQ, right? Because say when sport class had 35 dudes and only 10 made the front row, well, there's still 10 other guys that are fast, So, but there was 6 of us in that, and I just in the pro class, it's, I want to be in the top 10, and I'm like, well, I should probably be able to win an LCQ. I kind of hold myself at least to that standard, and then hopefully higher than that eventually.
Yeah, for sure. So. Yeah. I should have reframed it better. But, so then Jake, you went into the pro final, and then it seemed like you were right around that 5th, 6th spot off the start. Is that is that kind of where I seen you? And then you were able to just pick good lines, and you battled with Cam there for 3rd for quite a few laps, and then just it seemed like it was a close battle between like Cam, you, and Pat Node for the last 5 minutes there.
Yeah. So that main, let's see, we took off. Hunter got the jump. He was in spot 9. He got the jump inside of me, and it was great because like in spot 9, I knew in my head, like, dude, we're not making out of this thing alive. You're not going to sweep around that first corner. And everybody ended up getting bunched up, and I cut in because I just let off. I'm like, yeah, that's going to be a mess. So I think there were like 4 guys that got bottled up. And so then I was able to sneak under him. I think I was in 6th or something. I just remember seeing just a few guys in front of me when I went over the finish line on the first lap. And I was like, oh, this is cool. This is awesome. And then the rest of it, I remember Cam going down. And then I remember when he was on me, and I kind of buckled under the pressure of having a sled run on me, honestly. Like I felt like I could have put up a better fight, but I changed my line and I made a mistake when I changed my line, and I basically just let him by, and I was like, oh, that was dumb. Like, I could have put up a better fight than that. But at the same time, that track was really rough, and like, it was a marathon, and I'm in it for the long haul. And so I didn't see any reason to ride, over my head. I really rode in my comfort zone and just clicked off consistent laps. And so I was that was my motto, because like consistency is key for me this year. So I was like, you know what? I know I'm like around the top 5. So I think this is a great spot to be. There's guys that are making mistakes. There's guys that are going to fade. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling comfortable. Let's just keep clicking off laps. And so Cam got around, and then, LaBelle was like, somehow, he jumped on the track in front of me.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, where'd this guy come from? And then I was like, oh, we'll just hang out with LaBelle for a little while. So he kept him there for a little while. And I never heard Hunter's sled behind me the whole time.
Oh, really?
And so I didn't know he was even close, which was weird, because usually like a Ski-Doo will be a straightaway behind you and you think they're about to pass you because they're so loud. So I had no clue. But yeah, no, it was, thank God, like, he didn't put on like a dirty patch or anything, because I wouldn't even have known it was coming. But yeah, I felt super comfortable there. And then Gustav faded like really bad. I actually thought he was a lapper. It was a lap and a half to go, and I thought he was a lap down, because he put up no fight. He kind of like nudged me after I got around him, like in my rear end, but I'm like, oh, why is this lapper like hitting me? Because he was barely moving, and so I think he just got really tired. He probably just drained his tank early, and happens to the best of us. We've all done it. But yeah, so I got a little blessing there with pass for fourth, and the name of the game was just consistency Saturday night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with that gnarly of a track, it looked like it was just everybody was searching for like the smoothest line, where like Elias was like almost hitting like the edge of the track, like one ski off the jump, just to kind of clear stuff as low as he could. And like, yeah, it looked like everybody was searching for a smooth line.
Yeah. And that was like one of my things that I was super stoked about, is I found this line on the sight lap that I knew nobody else saw. And it was awesome. Like, it saved me so much energy. And it was in that section right after the finish line. And there was this huge hole that everybody was hitting, and it was collapsing their suspension. It was bucking them, and they were, hitting it. And on the sight lap, I'm like, yeah, there's no way I'm hitting that every lap. So we're going to have to find a way around it, because you talk about like draining your energy. Just hitting those holes head on is so hard on your body, and not to mention it's just an unnecessary risk. So I found a cool line doubling over that, and I like almost took out the start guy, but there were no hay bales, so I was like, yeah, I'm going right there.
Yeah.
So it was a cool line, and it saved a lot of energy. And then I should have saw in full racing, Elliot started taking that like halfway through the race, and so I was like, yeah, that's kind of cool. I found a nice little line there, and track like that, you've got to search for that stuff, because it's brutal.
Yeah. It didn't look any fun on the TV watching it, but you guys were making it look good though.
Yeah, the best part about the weekend was we learned a lot about ski hill setup, and just the way to set up our sleds for ski hills. That was so beneficial for especially the last 2 races of the year. We can refer back to this one and have a good starting point, because the Polarises and the Speeds do so good on them, but we've kind of struggled with them in the past. So that was honestly one of the goals, was like, we need to get this sled figured out this weekend, and I think we were in a pretty good spot by the end.
Yeah, that was a question I wanted to ask you, since you've been on Arctic Cats since 2017, and pretty much since 2018 they've all been almost similar, I would say, since 2018. But now this year, you guys are actually running the same skid frame that comes stock in the Catalyst cross country sled. So how do you like this new skid frame in there? Can you tell a difference on kind of how it works?
Oh, it's incredibly different, and it's 100% for the better. Basically, you guys probably know, but like, we were running an extended 129, for all those years. Because when they came out with that 2018 version, it was like slap this thing together. Old still had the 129 geometry with the shocks and basically just longer rails. And we made that work. But man, like if you look at that old skid geometry, like when we load that skid, let's say we put our feet back to double through rhythm suction, like it's almost like coupled suspension, because the rear shock takes like almost the brunt of the load. We were maxed out on our valving. We like couldn't fit any more shims in there. So it was gnarly, and it would almost become a little bit, you know, it was, you wouldn't know what it was going to do sometimes. I guess it's searching for the word there, but you wouldn't know what it was going to do because it's so darn stiff. So like this year, that shock is so soft because it moved back like 3-4 inches. And so we don't load it as much anymore. So now we found we put a lot more pressure on that center shock, and the rear takes a lot less of the load. So like, yeah, you can easily go too stiff on that thing. And it's nice to have a lot of that valving back. And not to mention it handles way better, like over the whoops, casing those whoops on the downhill. It stayed straight, and it was predictable. So yeah, it's a huge step in the right direction.
Oh heck yeah, this is good to hear. So like,
yeah,
from coming, because God, I'm stuttering tonight. Sorry. So I remember 2018. It was you and Benham had a hell of a pro light battle that year on those new 2018 Arctic Cat sleds.
Yeah.
And like, how has this sled been over the years? Like, have you felt like that Polaris and Skidoo have kind of upped their game a little bit since that year? Because across the board, 2018 Arctic Cat was dominant in the Snocross series. But now it just seems like every other sled has kind of just upped their games a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I hate to downplay that season, but like that was almost like a mulligan. It was like a gimme, you know. If you were on a cat that year, you were pretty much guaranteed to have good results because we were the only ones with a 130, 137 or 136 skid frame, you know. So it was kind of like cheating, but iStock brought it on themselves. That, you know, the other brands in iStock, I guess, they brought it on themselves. That rule was, I'm not a fan of it because it puts so much pressure on the manufacturer to make a sled that can win a race.
Mm-hmm.
And then you take away that freedom from the team. So like you saw, then everybody's like, oh, okay, well, we can do better. And then Skidoo did better the next year. And then Polaris followed suit. And Polaris, even though they're still on the same chassis, now they've got a motor.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden then the Cat was outdone because it didn't go through the whoops as good as the Skidoo, and it didn't have the power of the Polaris. So, and Polaris had a couple bad years in between there, but then they figured it out. And then all of a sudden it was like the Cat was the one that had to catch up, right? It was like the table turned so fast.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, you look at the stats that year. I mean, it wasn't uncommon to see every podium.
Yeah.
Pretty sure one weekend every podium was Arctic Cat.
Yeah, so that's
which is amazing. But
yeah. No, that's just why it's kind of odd to just see you and Benham, just the lone two Arctic Cats out there for the pro class.
Yeah, dude. And honestly, I love carrying the flag though. Like I could not be prouder to carry that Cat flag because I think at this point, you know, it needs to be done to help the sport. The sport needs the three brands, and I love Cat. Like I'm to the point where it's like, well, why would I change it up and not be loyal to this brand? Like they've done good for me, and I've had a lot of good results on Cat and my best results in my whole career.
Yeah.
So why would I change it up?
Yeah.
And this sled needs to be developed, and riders need to be mentored and you know, just to help the sport grow and to help Cat thrive. So I'm good with it.
No, us Cat guys sure like it. It gives us somebody to cheer for.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But it was crazy that 2018 was like, it was an incredible year, and it gave us all this confidence that we probably needed. But then 2019 came around, and it was like, oh right, we did have an extra 9 inches behind us that was getting those hole shots. It's like, oh, they're not actually easy to get anymore. Okay, gotcha.
But now you guys got about a month-long break now until the next race of the year, the next race in Canterbury. So is a lot of testing up in shearing for that then, or do you guys go elsewhere to other practice tracks that are open, or?
We might go to Fertile if Logan can get a track going. I think we're gonna do some riding at Fertile. It's a lot closer to my mechanic's shop. We did go to Aurora preseason, but it shouldn't be quite as busy, but I think it'll still be pretty darn busy before the next race. So I'd probably try to avoid it if we can. If we can go to Fertile, I'd love to ride at Logan's place, and heck, maybe Logan will get his foot out and we'll do some ripping too. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah. I know our buddy Nate. He's looking forward to, because they're doing a 286 race there at the end of the year, and so he's been waiting. He's been looking at Logan's Snapchats of how the snowmaking is going for him too. So he's waiting for their snow to pile up in Fertile as well.
Well, I saw a couple piles there days ago, so it sounds like it's been going pretty decent there. And Logan usually builds a pretty nice track, and it's nice being there because it's pretty low key. You get a few guys there to make the track rough, and you just put in your motos. And we do have some testing to do, but we're pretty good for cold weather. So and now we have a decent warm weather setup that we found. Thank God from the Michigan race. So yeah, I mean we're pretty solid. I just need some more seat time, and if you want, the more motos you do, the more fluent you get, and the more you trust your sled. So I think, it'll be really good to get a few days of motos in before the next one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. That's the key on my 4-stroke. Like, what about you, Kyle? Like the more and more time I got on it, just the more and more comfortable you are with pitching it sideways.
Yeah, that's a big thing, and playing with your suspension is key for that. Like, if you can try all the different variables of how you like your suspension, that's huge.
Right.
And if you want to make a change during the day, exactly what to do. In between heats, stuff like that. That's a big part of it. So
yeah. Leave no stone unturned, right? And try everything so that you know what's coming if you do need to make a change.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
How's
definitely.
So you started your online training program a few months ago, and True Grit Performance. How is that going for you, Jacob?
Oh yeah, it's going really good, man. I got a lot of interest early in it, and then I realized, should probably tone her back a little bit because I don't want to get too busy since I'm racing. But dude, it's so good. I've been blessed with 5-6 people that I'm working with, and it's going really well. I just love helping those kids out. It's nice to do for the younger kids, and heck, even some of the older guys are hitting me up, and the more I step foot into that space, the more I realize the demand for it, and it's rewarding to help people kind of make sure that their ducks are in a row.
No, heck yeah. That's what I didn't realize it in my semi-pro days of how crucial training was, to where it was like, oh yeah, you got to train to go fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I think there's a lot of wrong training too.
Mm-hmm.
I think that sometimes when you're young, it's training is super easy because you can be pretty dumb and just train. And that's the dangerous part about training, because you can overtrain really easily and you can do the wrong things. Too much is worse than too little a lot of times. So, it's nice to give people a compass to be able to navigate through that, because when I was a kid, I would just go, if I was going to run, I was running at a 6-minute pace. Didn't care how long it was. Didn't care how far, I was like, yeah, dude, I'm just going to grind. And then I get sick. Why did I get sick? You learn so much over the years of training. And I work with trainers. I work with John Wesley. He's the troll training trainer now. Yep. And, I worked with him for 2+ years, and, I learned a lot from him. And so it's been a fun journey. And then I'm like, well, heck, I know so much now. I've learned so much that I would love to share it with some people. So, and that's why we're all here, right? I mean, it's always nice to help people. It's never really rewarding when you just do stuff for yourself. That's what I've found.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. So
I definitely learned just last year training for running more and more. But yeah, when I was younger, I did the same thing. I would just go run as hard as I could for like 2 miles and like, okay, I'm good. I'm an athlete now. I'm training. It's like
right.
I wasn't getting anywhere because I was just killing myself every day and I wasn't going anywhere. And I did that for a couple of years.
And overtraining, right?
Just not training smart. Just not really looking into what I was doing and what I was doing it for. I was just going out and just running my ass off for no reason.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But you felt good though. So,
I felt better than not running. So it was better than that.
Yeah, you were happy about it. You're like, hey, I trained.
Yeah, exactly. I could say I did something after work, but it wasn't the right thing that I was doing. But
right. So common in so many athletes is, I'd love to, just continue to help people grow and learn about that aspect of it because it really is pretty meticulous.
To start a good, decent base, just the baseline of just starting out the right way. Yeah. People don't know, where to start. And so just giving a person a good solid base to build on is crucial. Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. And it's been nice to help these people out and you can tell they're learning something, and it's really cool to see.
No, heck yeah. I like training. I like everything about training too. How's your rower working out, Kyle?
Oh, me and that thing have a blast. Yeah. No, every week I go grocery shopping. I usually add one weight to my shopping cart and test it out. Burn myself out a little bit.
Yeah.
No, you got to have the ambition for it. That's another thing. You got to have the right mindset. Like every morning, my alarm clock goes off at 4:30, and it's like I think back to the movie Friday. The big Tyrone. Big guy, he's like, stop being a bitch and come on. That's what I think to myself at 4:30 in the morning. And I just go roll my life away.
Yeah, just Pine Lake on the mind.
Yeah. Now Brady's not racing, so I can't think about beating Brady anymore. So, no.
The best time to think about racing is when you're on the roller or the spin bike.
Yeah. The spin. That's a spin bike for me. I got the Concept 2 spin bike, and there you go. That's my enjoyment.
Yeah. You can really watching film or just thinking about the race and the lines. It's like, I don't know, something about when you're training for something. It's so much more motivating. You start getting all jacked about it, and then all of a sudden my heart rate's like way up and I'm like, whoa, you're pushing too hard. Wait, here's slow down a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I go through the same thing.
Yeah. No, it's totally different too. Like in the summer months and stuff, I'm training for, a few races a year.
Yeah.
And it's like, once it starts getting into fall and stuff, it's like, what the hell am I doing this crap for? And then you go out and you get the seat time and it's like, oh yeah, now I remember. It really clicks, and then you just get pumped.
Yeah.
So excited.
Yeah. Yeah, because then it's finally paying off and you're feeling it.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Huh. Well, no, that was got a lot of good stuff there.
Yeah. That was you got a really good head on your shoulders. That's what I like to see in a racer. They're not so selfish about it.
Sure.
So, yeah, it's really.
Dude, I've found throughout the years, man, it doesn't do me any good to just be there for myself. Like if I'm going to go to the races and I'm going to get up at 11:30 so I can get to the track by 2 to be at the driver's meeting by 2:30, like it's all for me. And I don't know, I found that like you find a lot more peace and happiness and better results when you help other people.
Yeah.
And I truly believe that's why we're here. And I have my faith as a Christian, and I believe that, we're here to help others be better and to lift them up. So I'm like, I might as well go do that at the races because I'll probably feel a lot more fulfilled and I'll probably hit the throttle a little bit more.
So I went to the Sioux I-500 with your mechanic, Brian Strasswell.
Oh, yeah.
When I had a short period there, like 2016 with Team Yamaha for a little bit. And you'll just have to ask Brian the story at the Sioux about some brake pads. Just I don't know if to put that out there, but just ask him about
brake pads.
Yeah, brake pads at the Sioux for qualifying. They may not have been installed correctly.
Really?
And you were the guy? Huh?
No, Ree was the guy.
Yeah. Okay.
So it wasn't me on it, but yeah, when they went to do a track change, it was like,
what's going on here?
No way.
Yeah. So
Brian tells so many stories about the old days at the Sioux that I feel like he's told this story before, but I can't quite remember it.
Yeah, 2016 at the Sioux with the Team Yamaha. It was me and Ryu Wadena. So
that's funny.
I'm sure Ryu watches this too, so I'm sure Ryu will say it in the comments. He knows what I'm talking about.
Oh man, dude, I'm definitely gonna ask him about that because I love hearing his Sioux story.
Yeah, no, it was fun working with Brian. He was pretty knowledgeable about everything Yamaha those couple years.
Brian is straight up one of the people I know.
Yeah,
like most common sense, most knowledge about everything across the board, and when it comes to snowmobiles, like the most knowledgeable.
Mm-hmm.
I've never met somebody better, and like the opportunity to work with him is like a complete blessing. That guy, he is so smart. He makes me feel dumb every day, and I love that. I'm like, dude, you are a genius.
No, he helped me out a little bit when I was just a kid on a Yamaha in the semi-pro class, and he helped me out with some parts here and there, and I really appreciated that from him because I was just no-name tubby kid in the semi-pro class.
And Brian was helping you out.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, I really appreciated that, and then it brought me to the Sioux with factory Yamaha, and I could say that.
Yeah.
So.
Oh man, I bet you he's told me 5-6 stories about the Sioux with factory Yamaha. So I can't wait to hear this one.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops. Yeah.
You're doing
sorry,
this a lot, Gunner.
I interrupt. Well, it's hard on the phone because we can't see.
Yeah, phone calls are hard.
You can't see a person's like when they're going to talk, so I interrupt all the time too. Just terrible habit.
You're fine, man.
Well, you got anything else to add, Kyle?
Oh, how about a cross country race?
Ooh.
I'd love to see some snowcross guys out here. Even like if Logan showed up to one, would be great. But you don't see a lot of them transition. Like Andrew Carlson tried it,
Yep. Ryan Springer.
Yeah.
Tried it too.
Springer. Yeah. Yeah. It'd be fun.
I would really, really like to.
It's
Dan Benham and I always talk about doing it, actually. And I grew up like riding trails and like bonsai through the woods. So I think I would really enjoy it. I don't think I'd be very good at it, but I would really enjoy it. Like I think the ditch races would be a total blast. I'd love to send some culverts. Make a great time.
So yeah, a ditch race, cross country race, or you'd probably be pretty damn good at like our ski hill cross country races.
Yeah.
Those get pretty gnarly for those guys too.
I've and I know Logan did one a few years back, and he did darn good in it.
Yep. Down in Alexandria, I was down there watching it, and he was he was top 3, top 5 all weekend.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. I do watch like Herf go through the ditch, and it is amazing what he can do on that sled. Like I can't. He just lets it hang out. Like one foot's off. I don't know. Honestly, I think that both sports, like both facets of the snowmobile racing, cross country and snowcross, are demanding in their own way, and I think they both take like a tremendous amount of skill and talent. And it's just like, it's amazing because going 80 mile an hour hitting a 120 foot jump is just as hard because we're only going about 35. You know what I mean? So I would say I would love to try it, but don't look for any like good results. I might be on my head.
Well, that'd be good. That'd be interesting to see.
He just got me pumped up.
Yeah,
I'm sure I could talk to Brian, and Brian would be like, "Yeah, let's go do one." So I mean,
heck yeah,
it would be a blast.
Well, you got any your Kyllo racing team? All your sponsors, give them a shout out.
Oh yeah, dude. Honestly, the team is amazing. Like the absolute perfect scenario, the best scenario I could ask for. Better. It reminds me of being in sport class. The trailer is the best. All good vibes. It's not a semi. It's a small rig. I think it's like perfect size for one rider. I think it's amazing. Yeah, Chad and Brenda, Kyllo, they've helped me out a lot, and they're big supporters. So obviously, super grateful for them, and they're the ones that kind of put the thing together with me, and I'm grateful for them. And obviously Brian is like the man, the myth, the legend, truly. And so having him on my program is awesome. I'm grateful for him. And then Fatty too, he's our hand, and he's a great guy. Like the atmosphere is amazing. My family, the whole family's that's there in my life. And it's a really good time. And then we got some awesome sponsors too. So Chad's company, Advanced Grain Handling Systems, that's his business. And that's one of our title sponsors. Obviously, Articat and Fly Racing. We've been with them for a few years. And Stein Seed, they're helping us out this year, along with actually Ryan Simon's business, BDS, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Country Cat hopped on board this year, which is awesome because I used to work with them at CBR, and they're all really good folks. And so happy to be working with them. And then, just, the sled sponsors like Sedboy CNA Pro, Rock Speed FX, Fox Racing Shocks and CTEC Oil and all those guys. We're sponsored by Mabel's Mercantile and Lakeside Construction too. And they're helping out quite a bit. So we got a lot of sponsors that are helping out a lot, and it's really helping with putting this program together. So very blessed to have them for sure. Wouldn't be able to do it without them.
Oh heck yeah. Yeah, the sponsors make it all happen.
They do because the money's got to come from somewhere, man, and it's an expensive sport. You go through a lot of parts, and it costs a lot to go down the road.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was all really good stuff, Jacob. It was really good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
awesome. I love talking about racing.
I mean, it goes fast when you're talking about something that you really enjoy, and I mean, it's everything about it. I mean, I told you a half-hour interview. We've had you on the phone for an hour now.
Yeah, it honestly doesn't feel like an hour. It feels like a half hour.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. We've said that every single time.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure talking with you guys. It sounds like you guys were all pretty like-minded, and you guys are super good people, and I'd love to chat with you guys, in the future, even off camera. It'd be a lot of fun.
Heck yeah. If you want to come watch a cross country race, just let us know. We'll
tell you when it's happening.
Yeah. We'll drive. Yeah. You can jump in the vehicle and we'll cruise around and watch them. And
yeah.
I would love to. And then we'll get out there and do one of these times.
Oh, heck yeah.
Hell yeah. Yep.
Awesome, guys.
Okay, good luck. Have a good Christmas, Jacob, and then good luck down at Canterbury.
Yeah,
Thank you, guys.
We're looking forward to watching you the rest of the year because, you're probably my favorite snowcross rider right now. Just because I don't know what it is.
Because we talked to him.
Because we talked to him.
No, it was between him and Dan Benham because of Cat. Know.
Sure.
But I feel like I'm a little more relatable to the Jacob Yurk.
Yeah.
Not so much the.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. It's great to have some fans, and like I said, you guys are great guys, and I really appreciate the support.
Heck yeah. All right. Well, hopefully we'll give you a call again after a win, Jacob.
Oh man, yeah. Don't jinx it, but I'm open to the call if that happens. I'm down. That'd be a lot of fun.
Heck yeah.
Awesome.
All right. Well, hey, you guys have a Merry Christmas too, by the way. Enjoy the time with your family.
Okay. You too, Jacob. Yep. Talk to you later.
All right. Thank you.
Yep.
See ya.
Bye. Yeah, I've never talked to him before. He was a really good guy to talk to.
Good dude.
Yeah.
Good dude.
Super cool.
Or I shout out to Ryan Spencer. He was the one that messaged him on Facebook to get a hold of him.
Yeah.
And he introduced us at Heydays like 2 years ago in the all finished concrete semi.
Yeah.
So I did talk to him for just a minute or two, but
yeah, I remember that. He asked me if I bought anything in the swap meet.
Oh, really?
But yeah, he was super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Huh. Yeah, a lot of Blaine Stevenson, Jacob Yurk, we're killing it.
We made it big time.
Yeah. No, that was good.
No.
That was I've never talked to a snowcross guy like that neither.
Yeah.
Same with Blaine last weekend, or talked to a straight up oval guy, and Brody, you've probably never talked to him either.
No, hell no. I don't talk to anybody.
We're getting all the aspects here.
Yeah. And I told Vince only a half hour, and we went an hour.
Yeah,
So he actually texted me right towards the end there. He's like, "Are you guys still calling?"
Yeah, he's tapping his toe down there.
Yeah. Well, he said he was working on the Blue Crew. So we're getting we're doing a segment, 5 minutes, 5 to 15 minutes of Fox
Tech Talk.
Yeah. Well, I told him kind of whatever we want to talk about.
Fox Racing Tech Talk.
5 minutes with Fox?
5 minutes with Fox sounds good.
Yeah. Or with Vince and VS3 Fox? Or okay, calling Vince VanSlyke. He was in studio for episode 10.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Okay, VS3 Suspension, Vince VanSlyke, you're live on Shop Talk Podcast.
Vinny, what's up,
Wow.
man?
This is incredulous.
The call of your life you've been waiting for.
You got really good sound quality.
Yeah, well, it's this Nazi Apple phone of mine, so. Yeah.
Huh.
Yep.
How's it going, Vince?
Oh, not too shabby, I suppose. Just got in from working on the 15-year-old race buggy, but.
Did you get a brake duct rigged up on the old Nitro? Now?
Yeah, it's in there. I think it'll do something. I don't know.
Only one way to find out. You got to test it.
Yeah. No.
Right. I got to wait for my brake line to show up, but, it's all good.
Yeah. So Vince, we're giving you a call, and we're calling this segment 5 Minutes with Fox.
Okay. That even almost, yeah, okay.
Hopefully Fox sponsors this.
I'll talk to Rick.
Sure. We'll do a whole segment on it and everything.
Yeah.
Big ass
Perfect.
sticker on the table too.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically just be 5 minutes of talking shit about Rick. So
I haven't got time to listen to his episode on the Carbide podcast.
Oh no.
Did
I did last week. I think like Thursday last week or something I did.
Yeah, and that was pretty good, I bet. Like usual.
Yeah, he pretty much kind of just told his whole story in like the snowmobile industry and everything. So I knew most of it, but some of the stuff I'm like, oh, I didn't even realize he did that stuff. So that was kind of cool. Good listen, that's for sure. He's like, honestly, there's not that many questions. He kind of just freaking goes for it. So
that's what.
Someone has to.
Yeah. That's what we're going for here. Right. Just go with it, Vince.
Yeah, we shoot from the hip. We shoot from the hip around here, and we pray for results.
Yeah, that's the only way to do it. Because if you have data, you're cheating. So
yeah. You've been on the lake too much this year, Gunner.
Yeah, right.
500 miles.
I think you'll be happy. I was just working on some 96 ZRT 800 Zero Pros today.
There we go. Yeah, no, I had a problem with mine this weekend.
Oh no, I don't believe you.
No, it wasn't the Zero Pro. It was the spring. Way too stiff of a spring. I didn't have much track on the ground.
Yeah,
you should have just drilled some holes in it.
What are you talking about? What spring?
Torsion springs.
Oh, torsion springs.
Rear
okay.
torsion springs. Really stiff. So I upped them this year. You know, went with a little stiffer spring because I always have the blocks like on high, and it just never seemed like enough. Well, I still had the front of the skid sucked way up, and Brody witnessed it. Yep.
Do you get fast taillights or what?
Yeah. So like going 10 miles an hour, it just looped out on me.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. No, went took a little tumble and busted a windshield. But
outstanding.
Well, you had no sway bar in too.
Yeah, no sway bar. Yeah.
Oh, that's obviously the problem then.
Yeah. No sway bar means no fast.
Well, you're only going 10, so I mean it's fast in kitty cat land, I guess.
Yeah. No, but yeah, the Zero Pro, it seems like it's going to work really good. So I'm sticking to my word there. Greatest ever.
Good.
So how's things been since episode 10? I heard you had some recent adventures.
Oh yeah. We were down in Lake Havasu, mainly just picking up Big Blue vans from the local brewery, but we were also doing Dakar testing with Polaris. So
okay,
that went pretty well. We put on a lot of miles, which was not what I was looking to do, but I did it anyway. It's kind of hard to change that plan when you're in the passenger seat, but
you're just kind of along for the ride then.
Yeah, it's kind of last minute on some stuff. So like we were doing fuel range testing along with shock testing at the same time, and
yeah.
So yeah,
stuck doing both then.
Yeah. Get two birds thrown at once.
Yeah.
yeah. It's there's somewhat of a challenge working with French guys because not any of them really spoke any good English. So that was fun.
That's what Steve Mathis always has the joke of when they were testing like the 05 YZ250 when they went from aluminum frame or a steel frame to aluminum.
Yeah.
And he said the Japanese guys would always say, same. He said, evidently it was not same.
Yeah.
Vince,
interesting.
I had a question here from on YouTube from episode 10, SnowPro 406.
I have a fan.
Yeah, well, no, he said he was excited when we started talking about the Crosslink, and then we didn't talk about it for very long.
Oh,
so he had some.
Yeah, there's a reason for that.
So he said he asked. It was interesting to hear what Kirk would do to make the Crosslink work for them. Like, were they doing anything special or out of the ordinary of why they made it work?
I'm honestly not sure. I think they just like used it for so long that they knew how to make it work. Where like I don't even think we really did much with it. It was always kind of those guys.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, like I'm pretty sure Kirk was the one who built the first one. I don't know for sure, but yeah, they just use it so much. I think they knew how to make it work.
Huh.
That's all I can think of. Because even like when we had it on, I think Carlson's it was. They had it on their Polaris stuff like the last couple of years that Andrew and I think Andrew and Springer wrote it, or maybe it was Liedman. I don't remember for sure. But yeah, it was just you kind of make it work. And like actually, I think even Andrew Lindholm had it on his. You'd have to ask Dalton. He knows all that stuff. But it's kind of just a nightmare, and it's easier to build two shocks than two at once.
And he said, their true origin, and was it a dynamics thing? And then Fox started producing them. But he said they worked good for him on the ice in the mod sled, all shimmed and lowered. We got it working well.
No shit. Somebody used it on the ice, huh?
That's what he said here. Yeah, that's what he says here. When the lake got real rough, those shocks would shine for us. Either way, great content. Thanks.
Huh. How about that shit? I never even knew anybody used it in cross country. So
yeah, so I don't know who that is, but yeah, they commented, and I said I commented back. I said, well, when we get Vince called in, I'll just ask him about it. But I knew that we didn't talk about it very much because there wasn't rent. Maybe we should get Kirk in.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll all text Kirk. We got his personal number.
Yeah, get another phone line on the podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, we all eat his cereal every morning, but that's about it. So a little Cap'n Crunch.
We're merging Kirk in.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it works like that.
No, I could merge another call in right now.
I got too many settings over here.
No, we just got off the phone with Jacob Yurk when I told Jacob a half-hour call, and we went for a whole hour. So
that's what I figured. I was just mindlessly sending it into snowbanks on the simulator because that's probably what I'm going to end up doing anyway on the nitro.
So yeah, that's why we're a little late to call you there, Vince. But no, he was.
It's okay.
No, he
I
was.
hate you too.
What?
What?
What? Okay. Yep. But yeah, Jacob Yurk, super nice guy to talk to. Super cool.
Oh yeah, big time.
And you
did he say anything about the mega float?
No, he did not.
I forgot to ask him that. I didn't have it written down, so I forgot it.
Oh, you didn't write it on the table?
No, I do have.
Have you guys learned nothing?
I have 10-6 on the table over here for some reason. I can't remember what that was.
Yeah, for Brody's setup, you want to write a 0 behind that 6.
1060s?
Yeah.
Oh, now you're giving away clutch weights.
For the Gen 2. Well, no, we won't give away what kind of springs we have in there, though.
Yeah, that's
coil.
Yeah, I know which clutch spring you have in there. Yeah, that is a top secret.
Yeah.
That's been around for years.
I got some EPI golds if you wanted to engage at like 9,000 RPM.
No, I do not want that. And we're way past 5 minutes, by the way.
Huh?
We're way past 5 minutes.
Well, we said 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 50 minutes.
Yeah. 5 to 15 with Fox.
Sure. 5 to 15.
We're up 300% right now.
So Vince, are you you didn't come up this weekend and test? Are you shooting for this? Well, this next weekend is Christmas now. What?
It is.
Are we doing some Christmas riding, or what are we doing?
I don't know yet. So like I'll be down in the cities, and then I was talking to Eric, and since the weather is so stupid, we're talking about going down to like Arkansas and riding dirt bikes because there's really no point in looking at frozen ground and doing nothing with it here. So.
So you're gonna ride dirt bikes over Christmas break?
Maybe we'll see. We're just talking about it today. But if that doesn't pan out, then yeah, I'll probably come up and ride, and then realize I shouldn't race and go from there. But
yeah, it's gonna be the Pine Lake has turned out a lot better than I thought it was going to. Like ice condition wise, when we got that slush, and then it snowed recently, but like it froze just before it snowed, so it was able to all blow off. So it's
that's good.
Yeah, so the lakes turned out pretty good. I haven't checked the depths yet, but last time I did check it, we were at 10 inches. So
yeah, I bet last night it made some.
What do they need? Like 12?
I think 12 is for the DNR permit.
Okay, is it supposed to be a week before or 2 weeks before? I don't even remember.
I don't know about how early they need it, because like I know there was been a few years ago where it was like a couple days before like
sure
that they got it. So I don't know how short the deadline is on that, but you would think we'd be able to make 2 inches ice. But
well, last night had to have helped.
Yeah, today and then all day today too. So, but the 10-day forecast does not look good.
No, that's especially down here. Like I think we're going to be in the 40s again. So I'm pretty sure all our stuff is going to be gone already.
Yeah. Like, how close are you to that Nisswa Lake that they're planning on racing on?
Like 10 minutes.
Oh, really? Oh, so that kind of your Pine Lake to you compared to us.
Yeah, I don't think the fishermen would appreciate me out there doing watt poles on the nitro. So I'm not really sure how it's going to work, because that lake usually has like no less than 69 million freaking fish houses on it. So
really,
I guess it'd just be dodging those or through them or whatever you want. So
hopefully if you do come up this weekend, we'll be able to get some video of that nitro, because you had a little mechanical bolt break before we were able to get some video of you last time.
Yeah. We got that repaired. We got some better hardware now, all that good stuff. So I think we have remedied the issue.
Heck yeah.
But who knows?
Yeah. Well, we got Brody on the Gen 2 this weekend, so we've moved Brody from 440 now to Gen 2.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Brody looks sharp as a thumbtack out there. Like,
No, I do not.
no, you look sharp. Like,
Oh yeah, I got a new suit.
yeah. Your style.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty much most of going fast is looking fast. So that's all that matters.
Yep. That's like 100%.
The FXR suit
Yeah.
with the fly helmet,
Mhm.
freaking
Badass.
as Kiefer would say,
Sweet.
he's a soul rider. But are you working on anything cool or top secret, Vince, to leave us with? Like until I don't think we'll do a podcast next weekend because it'll be Christmas.
Oh, yeah. It's Christmas.
Yeah. So
Oh,
to leave us with 2 weeks of knowledge of secret Fox stuff.
well, I guess I was talking to Cataract today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He
So I'm getting some shocks together for him and stuff like that. We're going to do some dyno work on what he had and get it set up for the new catalyst mod and go from there. We'll see if the NISWA race doesn't happen. I might go out to the first Myra race or whatever it is. And
and Kinross.
like, yeah, because I think it's the same weekend. It's like that first weekend in January.
Yeah, the 6th and 7th, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. Maybe I'll go out there and either test with those guys or whatever. He's supposed to get out, I think, on the lake or out and test this weekend, he said.
Oh.
Or this week. I don't know. But because he's got one set, he just needs a couple other sets for some different setups.
Huh. Oh, so was today the first day Greg called you, or he talked to you prior?
No, I've talked to him last week as well.
Oh,
I just had to
he did
figure
call you
out
last
what
week.
we all had. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So no, now he's sending me some shocks to do some dyno work on and all that good stuff.
Huh. Heck yeah. Shout out Greg Cataract. Huh. Well, I hope you didn't just blow his secret, because Greg kind of likes to keep stuff kind of secret.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really given anything away. He just wanted to put all Fox on the thing because he had the walkers on the front, but the rear stuff was still Fox the past however many years.
Yeah, I know I'd asked him that a handful of times. Like, why do we have Walker Evans shocks on the front of this Arctic Cat? And he said it's just it was a really good setting, and they just kept rolling it into the next year's sled. So,
Yep.
That's cool information.
yeah. No, okay, yeah, that is good information, Vince. Now I'll have the rest of the Cataract guys texting me like, "What the heck?"
Yeah. Shut the hell up, Gunner.
Breaking news on Gunner on the Shop Talk podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
VS3 did get a shout out on the Snocross podium this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. George put her up on the box a couple times this weekend.
Yeah.
I think he did it in 200, and then he was third in the champs class. So, yeah.
VS3 suspension podium.
You know it.
That's gonna feel pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. I mean, a little kid in a cowboy hat shouting your name, there's nothing better. So.
That's awesome.
What's your takeaways from the first round of Snocross there, Vince? Did you watch all of it?
I watched a decent amount of it. It was a lot of smashing through holes and no rhythm as per usual, which is super not enjoyable to watch. I don't understand why Skidoo has not done anything about their brake rotors starting on fire yet.
How do they get away with doing that? Like, for it to glow red for 10 minutes straight?
I really don't know. Like, usually they have like a little bilge pump fan on the thing, but there's no way that thing moves enough air.
No.
I mean, like, you see, like, even freaking Selby, you can see his rotor from across the lake in the daylight.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Huh. No, that's been, those guys drag the brake to beat hell. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. I don't know. The track looked tight. It was really sloppy, mud everywhere. Just, I don't know. And also, those poor mechanics, like the freaking riders are on the button for like, I don't know, 30 seconds to a minute now, like just blowing reeds out of the thing.
Yeah.
Like, what are they doing?
Yeah.
Like, whatever. It's a different sport. So
Maybe we'll change this segment to Vince's rants or something.
Yeah.
I know. I noticed that too. Just they're sitting there on the starting line, just
yeah,
so
Yeah.
long.
because
I'm
now
like,
they have a countdown clock on the side next to the guy who drops the flag, and so now they know how long they can hold it for.
Yeah, and the Polaris guys got these little pyramid bricks to set some sort of hole shot thing. It's all weird.
Oh yeah, I did see that they lifted the rear end of the sled up and set some limiter strap on the rear arm or something.
Yeah, I can't remember if it just keeps the thing sucked down a little bit more, so it's not like so there's a lot more track on the ground, like it's already in weight transfer position. I don't remember. I haven't paid attention for a long time. So,
what about do you see Jordan LaBelle was on the starting line and his brake light quit?
Yeah.
No brake light on the starting gate. So then he had to pull off the starting gate, and then they worked on it, and then he pulled onto the track like instantly as they were coming around to finish their first lap.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. I don't think they need brake lights anyway. It's not like you're going to see them.
No, you're just
especially with like that muddy slop. Like,
yeah, you just see ish holes on the whole lap.
Mm-hmm. Right. They're better off just running a Sue light, like just have it on and that's it.
Yeah, true. Yep.
But what do I know?
Shocks.
Yeah, a lot about shocks, I guess.
Somewhat, yeah.
No, heck yeah, it was a good segment.
Yep.
Wasn't 5 minutes.
No,
20 minutes with Fox.
20.
Yeah,
20 minutes.
it's fine.
That flew by.
The people, we over delivered and under promised. That's okay.
Yeah. I think the people will be fine with it.
That's a good way to sum
Yeah.
it up.
And if they're not, then they can go pound sand. So
Kick rocks.
yeah. Get bent.
Well, okay, Vince. Well, have a good Christmas this weekend. If we don't see you, riding dirt bike then at least. So.
Yeah, you guys too.
And then hopefully we'll see you up here New Year's ripping the nitro.
Yeah, we'll do something.
Yeah.
I don't know even.
At least
maybe we'll just show up at the VMAX 4 and just make noise.
Heck yeah. I bet that I'm sure you could convince Chad to just let you race it in the classics class.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that thing should be raced. She's loosey goosey. So it's got 8,000 miles on it, and it had a good life until I got it from my uncle, and then it all went downhill from there.
Kyle's the defending champ. He's looking for more competition.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think a pogo stick VMAX is gonna pull it off. But you can.
All right, that's it. I'm fucking talking to Chad. You shut your mouth about VMAX 4.
Yeah, how the hell do you can't fucking slap mega floats on them things.
No, but you still can revalve them. So
yeah, you'll have to get Tim Bender on it.
No. Well, I mean, shit, Olin's used to make complete strut assemblies for him.
I've seen a picture like that going around.
So there's one, that Exciter one's going around, but they made them for like complete struts for Exciters and VMAX 4s, and then the later phasers, and then they also made like the internal kits for the early phasers and stuff like that.
Jeez.
Yeah. I was looking through the old catalog the other day when I was sorting through my old literature, and there's a lot of cool stuff in there.
Mm-hmm.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Vince. Well, you can expect another call next episode we do. So.
Looking forward to it.
Okay. We'll talk to you later.
Okay. Bye now.
See you later, Vince.
See ya.
Mega floats.
Mega float.
That was good. It flew by.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize it was 20 minutes until
minutes.
you just pointed it out.
I thought about hanging up the Bluetooth call at 5 minutes. Like, all right, he's done.
Oh man.
How long have we been going for, Brody, then?
Minute and a half. Hour and a half. Sorry.
So So yeah, we rode snowmobile this weekend.
Yeah, it wasn't good on my end, but
Yeah.
Brody, you were out there.
You barely rode.
Yeah,
Sled.
no, I tried figuring out jetting when it was in limp mode.
Yeah. Talk about that, Kyle.
Oh yeah, I was like, God, I'm really far down right now. Like, I don't think I need to go any farther down. It's like, this is sketchy. But no, it was just in limp mode.
Why was it in limp mode?
My thermostat was bad.
Oh.
So older players, if your thermostat goes bad,
Yeah.
it retards the timing.
Really?
Or if it's overheating, it retards the timing.
Oh, okay.
Yep. My brother had to do some digging. I was like, I can't figure this thing out. I'm not jetting down any farther than what I already am.
Yeah.
And yeah. No, it was just the thermostat.
Jeez.
Yeah.
But yeah, how'd you figure out your spark plugs? What was going on there? You weren't getting spark.
Oh yeah, my tether was
Nah.
yeah, it wasn't shimmed properly.
Oh, I see. Oh.
Yeah. No, I looked down and I was like, oh, that's why.
My dad was like, he rode it back to the trailer.
right.
Like, why is he not getting spark now? I'm like, I have no idea.
Yeah. Yeah, when you were trying to pull it when we were standing over there.
Yeah. Yeah. My bad. My bad.
But yeah, then you took a little tumble. No sway bar.
Yeah. No, I thought it was good. I mean, I was just farting along. I was like, break this thing in, test out a little bit, just ride it. Yeah. Didn't go good.
Yeah, sway bar and maybe some more studs.
Well, more track on the ground.
Yeah, more track. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you stiffen up the rear with the rear torsion blocks, it loosens it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like-
Like there's like this much track on the ground where before there was like this much track on the ground.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and then you don't get that weight transfer of
Right.
putting track on the ground as well too.
Yeah.
So yeah, did you get your sway bar from Brian?
Yep, I
now
did.
then?
I did. And last night I was shout out Brian Dyrdahl. Yeah. Yeah.
Episode 9.
Yeah. Cool as hell. Yeah. No, he got me those fabbed up, and so I started putting them in last night and run out of bolts. So, yeah, made a quick trip to Ace. And
Oh, the high performance bolts are here at North Country Hardware in Clearbrook.
I'm pretty sure they're the same.
I think they are.
Yeah, they're like this long.
Grade 8,
Yeah,
just-
the gold ones.
yeah,
I think they're steel.
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
No, it's going together now, and I got it to pull some RPM last night, late, after I figured out
What were you Where were you last night?
in the shed.
Just pulling RPM in the shed?
Well, no, like on the jack stand, because before it was like,
I see. Sure.
Where now it just fucking wow.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, that was what the problem was.
Sure.
So
Wide open pulls in the
yeah,
shed.
just, don't do that if you're watching still. Don't pull wide open on a jack stand.
Yeah. No.
Or
never
with
smart.
Or with the belt off. I did it last night with the belt off. Just
Really?
like not like
Full on. Yeah.
but I just fucking and it was still so limp mode
Yeah.
kills the guy. Who would have thought they would put limp mode on a carbureted machine?
Yeah, I would have never thought. No. If you had a dial box like some of those older Articats
Yeah.
did where you could adjust the timing, maybe
Yeah.
something that electronic then, but
Yeah, no, baffled me too.
yeah.
Yep.
Downright strange.
Yep.
But Brody, so you rode the 440 last weekend
Yeah.
and you had fun,
Yeah, I liked it.
but there's a lot of money on the line for the 440 race, $3,000 to $4,000.
Yeah,
And so I was gonna be putting a lot of pressure on you.
which I didn't want.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't want to do. I don't want to do that. But like,
You're going to? Yeah.
We're there to win, and just like I want to win,
Mm-hmm.
and I have the confidence in you to do good.
Yeah.
But just being that you've only got like one weekend on the sled,
Mm-hmm.
so you made the decision for you to jump on the Gen 2 for the classics class.
Yeah, and I was already thinking about doing that because if I want to test out a race weekend, I want it to be on kind of my terms, my
Okay.
weekend. So if I fail, I'm not failing on the team.
I didn't make you feel bad by
No, I was already thinking that myself.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Okay, I kind of felt bad because we were
No, because before we did talk about it.
yeah.
of me just, racing something in the classics class.
Okay.
So
Yeah, now you'll be out there with the boys.
yep,
with
I'll
the
be out there
OGs,
with all the guys.
friends.
Yeah.
Just to
You're gonna come take the
slam
crown.
all your handlebars.
Yeah, you're gonna come take the crown right away. Yeah.
So yeah, you, Ben, Colin Grover, Kyle Grover, maybe the Longton brothers.
Yeah, we'll see.
And yeah, all the other guys that like classics.
Yep.
Yep. I'll be out there. It'll be another racer.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, so the 600, yeah.
So, yeah,
I
you-
like it more. I liked it a little more after we got the track a little. How I
little
like
more
it.
power out of the corners.
Yeah, a little more
that.
power.
He likes a tight sled.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't like a whole lot of track spin.
Yeah.
No.
That's where my brother's the same way.
Huh.
Yeah.
Because the first moto we did, it was way too loose. I didn't feel like I could even try to go fast because it's like I gotta slow down sooner because I'm just sliding into every corner and blowing the berms.
It was exactly how Dad finished in Foston with it.
Oh,
is the setup that we went down there with.
Yeah. It was fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh. But you had fun.
Yeah, I had fun.
You had arm pump.
Well, yeah, because the second moto changed it a little bit, got a little tighter, so I could push it a little harder.
Yeah.
And so I was going a little faster, pushing a little harder, and yeah, then my left arm got a little pumped up.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it like my fingers are not working?
Yeah. And then you're still trying to tape me and record me going around, and you're throwing up your hands. What are you doing? It's like, well, I can't use my arm. I can't go fast.
my fingers are stuck like this.
And so I took another lap. I'm stretching out my arm, and then I kicked her down for the video camera. And then it's like, I got to pull off. I can't ride anymore. I'm getting in people's way. Yeah.
No, it was fun though. It was a fun little practice track they had set up.
Yeah, they
out
got
there.
a good course out there.
We chewed through about every corner though.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
yeah. Every corner was
Before,
getting
like, right when I went out there, I was like, man, this is going to be fun. The berms are only like,
Yeah.
a few inches tall, but
And then that little bit of snow we got too, that
Yeah.
bermed up right away.
Yeah.
So it really bermed up in the little cattail track we had. Because I put over 75 miles on that little track.
yeah,
So
yeah. How's the catalyst testing going?
Catalyst, Dad had it set up a little softer than I would have liked. And then so I got on it and instantly told him that we should stiffen up the rear a little bit to get rid of a little weight transfer. And then so it was kind of the end of the day when I did that. So we'll try that again. I think we're planning on going out to the lake tomorrow.
Okay,
And then hope to get a video of me on the catalyst
I see.
out.
Yeah,
But
there were so many catalysts out there on Sunday
yep.
that the only way I could tell you guys apart was from that 08 Snow Pro seat. That's a dead giveaway.
Yeah. Yeah. And the brake duct in the side panel.
Oh yeah,
too.
yeah,
Way up in the side panel. Because David Brown had his kind of down on the belly pan where they usually had them.
yeah,
So
yeah. Now everybody will just be running that AC vent to the to the brake.
well no because I have that venting hose on my sled.
Yeah.
But so if anybody wants to use Dad's radiator hose that he got from Napa, it's a 1979 Ford 9000 radiator hose.
it's perfect.
Yeah,
Holding it up.
it's just a fucking perfect elbow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder what he said when he went to the parts store. I need a 90-degree.
That's what he told me. He's like, do you got any like 3-inch rubber hose with a 90-degree elbow on it? And he said the guy kind of looked at him like, oh, fuck. And then he just went up and grabbed the first thing. He's like, that's perfect. That's what I wanted.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, he's pretty proud of that in the garage.
yeah.
It's perfect. Holding it up. You just killed it.
Yeah.
Just happier now.
So the catalyst is coming around. It's got low end pull. That's
Oh,
for
yeah?
sure.
Torque
Definitely
monster,
got
huh?
low end pull.
Huh.
And then
So is it an engine that likes a lot of weight then?
no, we've adjusted some weight to get. I can't remember which way Dad went on it to get the peak RPMs in the spot.
Yeah. So what do they run for RPM?
I think they're shooting for like 8,200.
Yep. Okay.
I think that's their peak.
I
Is
see.
what they're shooting for.
Yep. Yeah.
So we'll see. But 4-strokes handling good, running good. So had a tore apart today, readjusting toe out on it in the garage. So no video on that. That's not a fun job to video.
Yeah.
Tedious.
Yeah,
So
I hate that.
That's why I put a post out there asking on how, because me and Dad have kind of gone back and forth on to running a straight edge along the track or just doing it across the skis.
Yeah.
And then so I put a post out there asking how other people do it. And it seems like across the skis is probably the most, or no, the straight edge.
Oh,
If we did it, if you do it correctly, you can run a straight edge, get it measured off of that, and then you could measure off the skis as well, and the numbers should match. And then to which they did. So we did it right.
yeah, I see. I've always just on an older player, so just use a rod.
Yeah.
You know, a 5/8 rod goes right through the spindles.
Yep.
And then I'll adjust the angle of the rod or whatever with the camber.
Yeah.
And then for the toe out, usually I'll just do like what you're saying, do a straight edge and then toe out just a little bit, and then I'll measure the carbides. Actually have the skis in there and the carbides in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, I just like to think of it that way because that's the way it's going to be, you know, with the carbides in it.
Exactly.
So like if there's any little bit of jerk in your carbide or you know, your skis aren't perfect, you know, so.
No, that makes sense.
I just like doing it that way just because I know, you know, that's where the carbides are at, you know, so. Yeah.
Oh, heck yeah. Huh. But you had fun, Brody. You're looking forward to
Yes. Looking forward to more just seat time and just getting used to it more and more, and maybe, you know, just learning how to set it up a little better so I can drive it faster.
I mean, the Gen 2 is probably one of the most neutral, fun ice sleds you could possibly ride.
That is the ice machine.
And that's what I'm used to riding, like riding the Catalyst. It's like, what the hell is this thing? Or getting on your 4-stroke, it's completely foreign.
Yeah.
Don't like it at all. And so,
No, I'm excited to see you out there.
Yeah,
I'm
it's going
excited
to be a blast. I was so pumped when I seen you out there. I was like, God, this is going to be so much fun this year. Like, I just keep, you know, hopefully more and more of our friends just keep getting into it.
Yeah. Yep. Chance just bought like a Rev.
Yeah, and then
a Dragon.
And a Dragon.
Yeah. So yeah, he bought two new to race classics.
Yeah. But
so
merch. Yeah.
we finally got t-shirts made. We have a handful of hats left. So the pricing, I got it written down here. Pricing for a t-shirt is $23. Okay. Pricing for a hat, we have a handful of hats left. I think like 10 hats is $25, and shipped to your door is $5. $5 shipping. But if you wanted to order 2 shirts and a hat, shipping is still only $5. So, or if you meet us anywhere, Bagley or at the lake or in Gonvick, then just $23, no shipping, because we'll be meeting you.
Yeah.
It's a nice little Christmas gift right there.
Yeah, heck yeah. And we do, I think like 1 or 2 or 3 stocking caps left too, if anybody wanted those. So yeah, we got merch available. Like I think 50 some odd shirts is what we made to start with. So yeah, if you want a Shop Talk podcast shirt or a hat, hit us up. Let us know. Really appreciate it.
If you're still listening at an hour and 40 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, that's about average.
Yeah.
That's like, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying we could have said that in the beginning of the video.
I should have. Maybe I won't throw something in there. No. I'll post. I was going to post about it too.
Oh, okay.
Like make an individual post about it.
Sure.
So, but yeah. So yeah, merch available.
Yes. Excited.
Very excited. Dad bought one. Kyle Solberg bought one. Met us down at the lake yesterday. Bought one also.
So it's good to talk to Kyle. Shout out Kyle.
Wearing Crocs on the ice.
Yeah, I was wondering how the
Ballsy move.
Wasn't cold. I was rejetting, trying to figure out my limp mode problem.
Well, you had jeans on too. You were racing in jeans.
My guy never showed up. Ben Yurk, where the hell are you at? You got all my stuff. I said, I'll be on the lake. You bet.
So that's where your snow pants were.
Yeah. Ben was supposed to meet me on the lake to do a little testing. Old Tomcat has got to get out there too. He's he's gonna ride with us this year.
Yep.
That's the big story.
Yep. Yep. That was the big deal last weekend.
Yeah. And Ben told him it's on the internet. So Tom got worked up about that.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh.
That's what Ben said.
Oh.
But yeah, Tomcat's riding with us, so we got to get him on an ice machine.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And then we got Nate our buddy Nate Lindham.
Yep.
Shout out Nate. Back for another year. Nate so we initially thought you were going to try it with us because Nate bought his own 440 from last year he did. And so we initially thought that Nate was going to maybe set up his own sled. So just thought of just going with you, and Nate was going to do his own thing. But being that the race kind of got pushed back and they didn't release the rules kind of early enough, so then Nate kind of pushed his 440 off to the side. So worked out pretty good. So hopefully defending champs.
Yeah. You never know what Tomcat's going to do out there.
Well, yeah, heck yeah. Episode 12, a good episode. Jacob Yurk.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Super cool guest.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Vince VanSlyke. So yeah, we talked two cool snowmobile racers so far, of Blaine and Jacob. Two cool people to call. And they actually talked to us.
Yeah. And they seemed happy to talk to us. You're talking to us and you're happy that you put your name on it, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. What does Austin Leak know? Or
heck yeah. But
super cool.
yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, thanks to everybody that's watching, listening. Really appreciate it. So
Yeah,
I mean,
that was a good one. Yeah.
it's cool that I still get DMs about people listening, and I've had a few people even message me that are new to racing.
Oh, yeah.
That are going to try some core races this year.
Yeah.
Kind of wondering about ice setups and whatnot. So that's been really cool too. Because I've been, like Jacob was saying, like, to help people, I've asked so many people so many questions and gotten so much information from other people that I've just been, if it's not like super speed secrets that the clutching I have in my sled, I'll tell you whatever you want, pretty much.
Yeah.
Because like, I don't know how much like Wes had helped me with my Articat setup. So it's like to help somebody else out, like what Jacob said.
Yeah.
I was thinking of that too. I was like,
Yeah.
oh man, this is exactly what I had in my head like this past week.
Yeah. 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 If you can help somebody else out, I mean, that's I don't know, puts a good head on your own shoulders, I guess.
I don't know what the hell I could help anyone with.
Marathon training.
No, I didn't do very good. I didn't do what I planned to do. So,
Well,
if you want to cramp up for 10 miles, then yeah, do my plan.
Yeah. No, you'll be able to talk. It'll be cool to hear you talk about how you built up to the marathon, and then now hear your first experience of snowmobile racing again.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I'm getting into it. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. It only took 23 years.
Yeah. 23, not 24 yet.
Yep.
Still a young buck.
It's going to be a blast.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Heck yeah. Shout out to my wife, Mandy, Kyle's wife, Katie, for supporting us, letting us do this.
Yep. Thanks, Katie. Thanks, Mandy.
It's like, all right, I'm going to go talk in the garage now for 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. I just gave Gunner the look like I get an earful.
Oh.
No, it's good. It's going good.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Well, okay. We'll end at episode 12. We will probably take next week off.
Yeah. I could just do one by myself. I don't have any
there you
girlfriends or anything, so
Sure.
I could just sit here and talk about nothing.
You'll just be like, all right, just by yourself in here. Shop Talk episode 13. What the hell are they doing in Israel?
That's what it would be like. That would be my own podcast.
I don't know if our audience would like that, bro.
No, we're not doing that.
No.
I'm not subjecting this audience to
Your rants.
my rant. Yeah. Maybe one day I'll just make my own and rant to the void.
Yeah.
Sure.
There you go.
Probably not.
You
though.
got all the stuff for it now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll just rant about snowmobile stuff on here.
Yeah. No, I could rant about other
Yeah.
shit.
You know what? You know how like they pull clips up and stuff during podcasts? Like they have the clip guy.
Yeah.
Do a clip.
You want me to put a TV in here?
I got a TV. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that'd be a lot of work because like we'd be able to see it,
Yeah.
but the camera wouldn't be able to
Yeah.
see it. So then I would have to work it into the video
A
itself.
lot more editing.
Yeah. If we had it live and a clip guy, then it would work out slick.
Yeah.
We're not doing that though.
No, that's a lot of work.
No, we're not doing that.
We're pretty generic for.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in this lane here, but it's going pretty good for
Yeah,
us. So of just mediocrity of just our setup,
Yeah.
except
And-
our sound
and
our sound setup though.
Sound setup is good.
Yeah.
I've heard.
Yeah, we've had comments. Sound setup is top notch.
And yeah, we're good enough to talk to snowcross racer. So yeah,
Yep.
I think we're going good.
Heck yeah.
Maybe.
So-
I don't know. I still can't believe people listen to us.
Yeah, it's been going up.
Crazy.
Spotify views are going way up.
Oh yeah.
People like I guess I listen to more podcasts than I do watch them, but
Oh yeah, me too.
yeah. But still cool to put the video out there though.
Oh yeah, it's cool to watch the video.
It still gets views, a lot of views on YouTube and Facebook. So
Oh yeah, you got to have the video to it.
yeah, for
Something
sure.
funny could happen. Kyle's chair could break or something like that. I don't know.
Just next episode, kick Kyle's chair out.
The whole video, I'm just down there with a knife, just cutting away silently.
Would be good.
Just sawing.
That is good. So yeah, no show probably next weekend.
No.
But then the show following will be hopefully right after Pine Lake.
Yep.
Yeah, there we go. Yep.
Yeah, I'll be all sore and decrepit and hungover
Yeah.
Yeah.
and happier in hell.
Yep.
Hopefully. Hopefully we're all happier than hell.
Yeah, that's the main goal.
Yeah.
But me and Brody are racing in the same class.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna hate each other for 2 weeks
Yep. Yep.
and then make up
Yeah. Yeah.
at the
Yeah.
awards banquet.
We'll film the next podcast and I just won't even look at you or talk to you.
Just all night.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be good.
All right,
Okay.
let's send her home.
Yep. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yes.
Have a good Christmas and thanks for watching.
Yep.
Thanks, guys. See ya.